celebrating a half-century of ownership for Jeremy Jacobs. Just your thoughts on that?
Amazing. Taking over a team that was already rich in history and everything they had accomplished, and then just making it better. And 100 years of hockey that the Bruins have been part of it, and they've been part of 50 years with all the success that they've had. Everything they've built here, that garden was a lot of fun to play in, but once they built the fleet and everything they've done around that building and their foundation that they've created to be part of the community, has been pretty special and amazing to watch.
Hey, Ray, could you just take a step forward toward the mic?
You've always been tough.
Walt's changed a lot. What about the fans in this city, Ray, as far as their part and what they've played with ownership and with this entire city and the way the whole city is known around the world for what they do?
The fans are amazing. It's an amazing place to play. To be part of, the Boston Bruins is a very special thing, and one that I've never taken for granted. Everybody that has played here, have always taken a special part of the city and the fans with them, and they always enjoy coming back because of the experience that they've had here, not only on the ice, but the connection with the fans. They're so passionate about their sports. The Bruins fans, there's no better fans than them in hockey. So I played in front of them for almost 21 years, and there was nothing like it.
Michael Callahan made his NHL debut last night. As a young defenseman trying to adjust to the NHL and speed and strength, what's the biggest challenge?
There's a lot of them. It's a tough league. But there's nothing like just being thrown in there and kind of getting the feel for it, and to kind of see it for yourself and knowing, okay, I'm okay here. I could do this, or just, okay, I might have to work on a few things. So, I remember, way back 1979, getting my first taste as an exhibition game, and then coming out for a first game against the Winnipeg Jets. It was just amazing, and it's nerve-wracking, but so exciting to kind of finally kind of live your dream, and that's one. Now it's, recognizing what you have to do to stay and to be part of, hopefully a long career for yourself.
Ray, when you watch this team, the current edition, what do you like? What would you like to see more of?
Well, it's been up and down, I think, just being more consistent, and I think they know how they have to play, and it's trying to get there to play your game every night. They've had some injuries. Seems like there's a few more that's happened. That doesn't make it any easier, not going in there with your full lineup, but I think when they play well, when they play connected and they play really well away from the puck and playing a good defense kind of first game, they're more successful, because the Bruins are one of these teams, like a lot of teams in the NHL, that it's just tough to score. So you know that you're going to have to keep games tight and be really well and responsible defensively.
Patrice, just celebrating a half-century of ownership for Jeremy Jacobs, and obviously being a part of the Bruins organization for a long time. What does the night mean to you?
Well, it means a lot. Obviously, it's a testament to everything he's accomplished and done with the organization. We all know how dear it is to my heart, but obviously for guys to come in, he's always made it competitive, and making sure that he was, getting all the players that we needed, all the pieces we needed to be a good team. And it's incredible what he's accomplished and what he's been able to do and make this place such an amazing place to play and to be a part of as far as an organization is concerned.
If you were to say to a player, what makes Boston special, I'm sure it starts with ownership all the way down.
For sure, ownership and everything that they stand for, but also the management and the people, the city, and what it really is to live here in Boston, and people really embrace you and welcome you with open arms, and it's a special place to play on many levels. And you're right that ownership it starts with them and it trickles down, and it's as I said many times, it's an amazing organization, and very proud I was a part of it.
team, some ups and downs this year, the current edition of the Bruins. When the team's going through, some ups and downs, the role of a captain, and I know you didn't experience a lot of ups and downs when you were captain, but over the years as a member of the Bruins, you saw Zdeno Chara and his leadership. What's the most important role, job of a captain during these times?
Yeah, it's just to, make sure everything stays afloat, really, and everyone stays connected. It's easy sometimes when things don't go your way to kind of try to fix it on your own. And I think it's important to do it as a team. And we talk about the organization as an organization because I think management is also involved in that and coaching staff and whatnot. But it's a lot on your shoulders, and whether it's Marshy or the rest of the leadership group, I know they have lots of experience and they know how to handle it. And what I want to make sure is to make sure I don't put too much on their shoulders and just go out there and be themselves. And they've done an amazing job throughout, and I have no worries with them and what they can accomplish.
Celebrating. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Has Brad turned to you much this season?
I mean,
What do you hate him?
I mean, we're close friends, right? So it's easy to. We've had many conversations, whether it's lately or last year, or, it's just one of those things where we always like to catch up and make sure everyone's on both sides doing well. And for myself, making sure I'm doing the pickups right and whatnot. And on his sides, obviously, we talk about hockey. It's just the nature of how much we love the game. And with that being said, it's as I said to him, it's just more making sure he doesn't take the load all on his shoulders. It's, as a captain, sometimes that's the biggest thing. You want to make sure everyone is doing well, but you got to take care of yourself as well. And but that being said, he's doing amazing, and I'm just glad that that he's the captain of this franchise.
That place is a sacred place. When the outside noise comes at you, how did you maintain it inside that room with stories flying around and what we heard and everything else? How did you handle
I
that?
think it's just making sure you're, as I said before, I'm going to repeat myself. It's really staying connected and not really listening to the outside noise, which sometimes, I do understand that it gets to you. With that being said, it's like I've said it many times in my career, is like try to make it, a little bubble within your locker room and worry about what you can really control and worry about the process as well. It's a long year, and there's going to be some bumps on the road and some ups and downs, and it's okay, and it's kind of part of the challenge and part of the journey, and you have to embrace all of it. And it's maybe in the moment it's not always as enjoyable as as you'd like it to be, but it's going to make you a better team and a better player for the long run.
Celebrating a half century of ownership of Jeremy Jacobs, just your thoughts on it?
Yeah, it's incredible. The what he's built, the legacy that they've created here is truly spectacular. And just being here tonight, walking in the room and seeing the people that have been part of the organization for so long and having them come back, I just think it speaks volumes to the legacy he's built, the people and the lives that he's touched and relationships he's created. It's spectacular, and to be part of an organization like this that has those standards and strives for excellence every day, and whenever you come in, they're just constantly trying to improve and get better and build something special. It makes coming to the work every day very, it makes it so incredible and makes you so proud to be part of this organization.
Also celebrating leadership, the names, captains. You talked about the names in Bruins organization.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah, it's special. I mean, I was just back in the room there and talking to some former players and some of the greatest of all time, and to be in that presence and to see the guys that have come and gone, and they're not just some of the best in our organization, but some of the best to ever play the game, and some of the best leaders to be part of the game, and they're people that you admire, not just for what they've done on the ice, but for who they are as people and how they carry themselves. It's very special.
Brad,
right, Cam was in here earlier saying that heading into the trade deadline, considering where you guys are right now, that management has to take two paths in mind, whether you're going to be buyers or look to a retool. Players only think of the present and getting better. Do you guys take that statement as kind of a challenge?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're aware of the situation we're in. We understand, the roads that are in front of us and where they lead. It's obviously, we understand that we haven't performed the way we've needed to, and there's consequences that come with that. There's very high expectations with this organization, and we're expected to perform and do our job and compete every year for a cup. If we're not going to do that, then changes are going to be made so that the team does compete for a cup. So our biggest thing, we can't look ahead. It's too hard. There's too much that can happen between now and then. We have to take it day by day and really focus on putting a good stretch together. You look at some teams in the past number of years that have been in a position similar to ours and gone on to go to the finals and win cups. And we're not in a terrible spot. Yeah, we're not in the best spot, but it doesn't mean that we can't accomplish something special this year and we can't build something special as a group. We just have to continue to build and work towards it. The last couple of games have shown that we can compete with good teams, and we just need to continue to build off that. But that starts by going day to day, and then whatever happens, that's it'll happen. Just to be seen.
Patrice was talking about dealing with issues. You've dealt with an issue, but also your team came out and responded the last couple of games. Have you seen that from within the room? What's that like to you, keeping everything in that room and dealing with your teammates as you go about it?
Not really sure what you're talking.
Your response to the story that was out there about you and David, the way you guys have responded since then.
Oh yeah, like that's kind of a one-off. I mean, I said what I had to say. There's a story out there that I didn't want to escalate into something that it wasn't and didn't need to be. We don't look at that in the room as a problem, and we don't look at that as anything more than just a media situation. We haven't responded to that. We've just responded to playing a little bit better or putting some wins together. I wouldn't even say we played better. Our goalie stole us the game in Florida, and probably last night too. But at the end of the day, we got the points, and we have to continue to be better. But yeah, that I'm not worried about that situation.
Brad, Andy Bourque recently said on one of the podcasts that being in the locker room is your sanctuary, but today's day and age, fans want in as much as possible.
Yeah.
How do you as players deal with the fact that fans want to know every little thing about you, your teammates, your life on and off the ice?
Well, I think that comes with the territory a bit. And growing up, I couldn't imagine having to look at my favorite players' life and the things that they do in the room and off the ice and who they are as people. There's obviously a fine line where we want to have some privacy too, and want to be able to go about our lives and live as normal people as we are, but enjoy our time with our family and friends and do the things that everyone else wants to do and not get hounded for it. But there's an aspect that is what is expected from fans, and there is a fun side to that too. It's great to be able to connect with fans and even with each other and to get a look at what some other players are like around the league. I mean, it interests me to understand what other guys are like and who they are as people. You have a view of them on the ice, and I'm a perfect example, and I'm a different person off the ice, and it's great for fans to be able to see that and have a different perspective of who we are as people, what our interests are. So again, it's part of the terror. It's only going to grow and continue to. People are going to get more and more of an insight to what our lives are like. But it's more the way I look at it is things around the rink. That's great to share. What you want to share in your personal life is up to you. If you want, however much you want to put out there. But I think there's a line between the expectation that we have to show lives, at home. If you want to be private, we do have that right as well.